guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, how are you, baby? Hopefully you like this video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell and become part of the family. But if you're a returning subscriber, a regular dekila, sanibonani, welcome back to another video. Today I have a very beautiful face with me, an old friend, a lover, a babe, and we're here to have a little chit chat with you guys about umgobo, as always.
Hi guys, I'm Samke. Yeah.
A girl from Ntozakhe. She's that's on period. As I'm a girl, guys, in this world, as young people, the topic for today is toxic relationships. Whether it be toxic relationship with your friend, your family, abafana.
Go back, Gooby guys, go rough.
Tough. I feel like ilapha soqila khona ngisho lapha soqila khona. But then where do we start? Toxic relationship with your parents. I feel like most toxic relationships are at black families.
Really, black parents are just
we have this whole traditional thing where men play this certain role and female play a certain role in your life, and then it ends up becoming a toxic relationship as people grow up with your parents, because you're not allowed to talk to your parents. And then,
not that you're not allowed. I feel as though abazali basikhulisa with like gesdala.
Exactly.
And then they expect us to be like textbook children, as though it's like more cool. Okay, go to primary, go to high school. After high school, you go to university. After that,
get married first.
On day, like you're not allowed to stray, kangan. So I feel like that's where like bailasha koni plot.
And they don't make it a safe space for you to make mistakes, to go through things, to learn. And thing is, most of the time, it's always the kids that always go wild outside of high school, and then they struggle because your parents don't teach you to be life smart. They give you all these rules that don't work in real life, mesupagat. And they're like, don't jola with boys. And then they give you all these rules, and they're like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And it's like, what must you do?
After high school, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
And then expectations smelling shati. Abafana bebes goisha sanje, But then Abafana puts us in the pits. And they know these things because it's black parents that want to teach men they should be entitled to females in this certain way, And this generation, for some reason, I love our generation because we're so keen on unlearning bad habits that our parents have taught us. We want to create our own rules and do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Exactly. And I feel like we should unlearn specific things that we were told as children, specific things that we were like meant to instill
to make it seem like it's not okay to do certain things,
whereas it is.
And then now, because parents want to be so strict and be like, don't do this, when mental health things, when adulting starts slapping outside of high school, and now you can't have conversations with your parents. Now you're struggling on your own. This is why there's kids out here committing suicide, because you can't tell your parents.
And then when you come back and tell them, no, I'm depressed. Hey guys, we go through the most.
God, that's the worst one.
You're depressed.
That's why
Yes, we go through a lot.
And then you judge kids for rebelling out here and doing what they have to do to survive, because black parents don't want to take care of kids' mental health. Let's talk about that. Especially with girls, shame. Please don't do that. I feel like mothers neglect girls' feelings, and it's like boys can go play. And I hate this narrative. Girls mature faster than boys. Girls mature faster than boys because they are drilled from a very young age.
Exactly. You're not allowed on the streets at like 6 p.m. Like, what is that? And then they tell us, no, I am you mature faster than that. That's bullshit.
That's the thing.
That's bullshit.
Enabling boys bullshit just by saying that you're enabling it.
That's why besikuwishisa kanje masibekhulile.
It's because they're allowed to do whatever they want to do, and then we're supposed to stay at home. Melu wena samke from the time you're 15, 14. Melu pheke. Melu zowashi izitsha. You're not allowed to play outside. Must go get the same fishane. Abafana bezokubona. Why don't you teach your boy umfana ukuthi engahambe bukana nekids zabantomazana?
Exactly. But there's so much. There is so much, and we hardly ever talk about these things because abazali bethu in and all of that. Bullshit.
And it's respect and it's culture and it's whatever. But then at the end of the day, it ends up affecting people's mental health and it's toxic.
And abantu bangena nazo lezi zinto kama relationships and the daddy issues, mommy
and
issues,
they project them to their partners, and now it's a struggle. I feel like it all starts from how you grow up.
Yeah.
Literally, if parents can get things right.
There's another video I saw. I think I posted it on Instagram. ATA. Now, some people don't have daddy issues, no mommy issues. It's the other person reflecting it's the other person reflecting issues onto that person and expecting lo muntu lo ukuthi I'm messy. I'm messy my feelings and all of that. And it's not right.
Also, people get this right. Also, men, please get this right. We are not your mothers. We are not your mothers. We will love you, we'll be understanding because everyone has their mental health issues. Everyone grows up in a different manner that your experiences mold who you are. But again, this whole expectation of having females be understanding to every mental health issue a man has, and we're supposed to be like, oh, I hate that parents want to tell females that.
But ubekezele na ubona ukuthi
akubekezeleki phela manje sekuyanda.
Hayi ngoba.
But then I feel like we could go on when it goes to black culture, parents and whatever. Now, toxic relationship with friends.
I don't think I've ever had a toxic relationship with my friends, with any of my friends. Yeah.
I could give you a whole list.
Yeah?
I can definitely give you a whole list.
What happened? Unpack. Was.
I mean, I always have these experiences because I've moved around a lot in my life. Like I've changed schools probably 5 times in my life, 3 times in primary, 2 times in high school. So I always have this thing where friends, like obviously just moving around a lot affects you emotionally and just who you are. Like it changes how you're supposed to adapt to the area. And friends have this expectation, you're gonna be the same person forever. And they don't like it when you're growing yourself, developing yourself, and it's just like, oh, you're leaving us behind, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not doing that. And I understand at that point people are still naive, still in high school, and you'll just have viewed things differently. But then I feel like I had a lot of bad experiences with friends because of the situations that I've been in. I matured faster than the people that I was friends with most of the time. So they had a very low understanding to how I dealt with things. And then also just jealousy in friendships when you're friends with other people.
Okay, now that I can relate to.
I don't think that's okay. Actually, jealousy is a normal emotion. Let's not take that away. I could be jealous, but it's when you project that onto someone else and you wish bad for someone else and the relationship they have with other people. We're gonna have different groups of friends. We're gonna experience here. I mean, there's friends for everything.
Exactly. Siyakhula, we learn, siyazifunda nathi, and as we grow, obviously, some people that we're gonna outgrow.
Exactly.
And that's normal. That's totally normal. So omunye umuntu shouldn't feel entitled to me as a friend now because now I'm with another friend group or whatever. I mean, no.
There's literally different friends for everything. Like I could still be good friends with you, and this is where we thrive more together as friends. And this group of friends, we thrive more here. And I could be closer to them because as I've grown up, this is the character that I've developed, and this is the people that I fit in with. We're not going to be the same people forever.
Honestly, you can't expect me. We've known each other for like 10 plus years. In the next 10 years, we're still going to be friends. We will be, maybe. You never know. You never never know. But never expect ukuthi ngoba nakho sazane for that long ukuthi I'll still be here even noma sekuthiwa nje masikhuluma ku hi kuphela.
Segmele
Like,
kubo
there's-
every day now we
yeah.
must try, and now it's like forcing relationships, and now it's like, oh, let's do this, and it's just like we're not there anymore. We had different experiences, went through life in a different manner. Like we could even use us as an example.
Exactly.
We are a perfect example. Yo, me and Sam used to be like friends, like proper friends, and it was in primary. What grade?
Grade 5.
Grade
Grade 5.
four.
Grade
4, 5.
Yeah.
4, 5 lab, because that's when we were in the same school. Like we can't have that expectation. Now I moved away and she carried on, went to high school, and now you can't have that expectation just because me and Sam, that's Vashi, and we even used to go to each other's farms.
I remember Shay.
You can't have that expectation yoguti now. I'm expecting to come back to Durban and have Sam be my bestie again.
And what's fun
Ufani, like before, and we were in primary. Obviously there's things that we had in common or we thought were like, things that you need in a friendship that worked then that will not work now. We gained different friends and stuff like that, and we grow. We grew. Badala kazimfangaka.
Yo.
Sesohlanganisa isavana.
Honestly.
The pits. Kodwa ke, moving on from friends. Bafana.
Yo. Now this one.
Now this one.
I
I feel like we could go the whole day. Bafana.
Yo. Baya go.
Yo.
Abafana. Like yazi shame going into a relationship nomuntu, like obviously honeymoon phase in you think no, the sun is the one and a few months down the line ubona ukuthi
Things are down bad.
This is not the one. Yo, shame. I can attest to that. Oh, if it's my red flags, and you're just like, no, red for love.
But my thing is, what the problem is with us females? We're different, like we're wired differently. Men want to use logic, and we're just emotional people. Naturally, I feel like if there's anything you must understand is that females are always going to just use emotion first and men are going to always use logic. That's why even when it comes to there's this thing where people are like, it's harder when females cheat, because when females cheat, they cheat with someone that can potentially replace you.
Yes.
And men just do it for bums. But then we're not going to use that as an excuse anymore. It's try like that's not what we're going to do. That's not what we're going to do. And thing is with men, what my problem is, like Ujoa to shoot, things were nice in the beginning. Don't do something that you can't keep up to. Oh my God, just because you still want me, you're still, things are still fresh. And now you want to be nice. You want to, let's do this, let's rock. And then when you get comfortable, you think there's nobody else that's also gunning for me.
Umuntu angene kwi relationship yabo pursue me, it's all nice in the beginning, and then I be comfortable. Don't be comfortable. I still want to feel like you're still pursuing me, even though we're in the relationship. I want to feel as though you usangikhalela, usangibuka, usanaleyo nto leyo ukuthi ngazothi usangifuna. Like no, ungahlali ube comfortable, because obviously ngizodlula kuwena, like I'm gonna move.
Now there's no date nights. Now it's like, baby, please come over. Sorry. Please come over. Where? With what lashes?
No.
That is not what we're gonna do. Okay, I do have a question though, so we can dwell more into it. Do you think females date for love or money these days? You know what I think? I think men created the society where they were like, indoor supposed to provide, protect, love, and a female's supposed to be submissive, and I'm gonna provide, I'm gonna do this and whatever. And it was more of a traditional narrative before. And now that our generation came up and they brought it up in a way that's to their advantage to some extent, and now we're like, okay, you want to provide, you want to protect, you want to serve, you want to do this. Do what you want to do. Be about what you said you want to do. If you want to put that into the society and the patriarchy, be about it, okay? Let's see it. And then it becomes a problem. And now, I feel like most female that want men that are stable financially, it's preference. It's also like a preference thing. You also don't want, Mfana is allowed to be like, I don't want to date umuntu that looks like this, that does this.
Preference yakhe.
But as soon as a female does it, you're a gold digger.
No, you're only dating for your man.
You're only dating for money. And thing is, reality is, that's not the truth. Most of the time, thing is, if now umuntu hamba ngomoya, ubuku social media, then uzoxakeka. Because most of the time, social media is not reality.
It isn't.
It's not.
It isn't. And abantu feel like i-pressure yokuthi ngoba nakho sibanibani lapha uyakwenza nami kumele ngikwenze.
Thank you. And thing is, the materialistic things look nice. Kumnandi. Angifuni ngisho. Ayekho ngedonseke and you're like, you know what? I want this for myself also. But I was nokuthi ithole kanjani.
Don't do that.
And a picture is just a moment. A picture is not how the person got there, what the person did to be there, what happened within that relationship for that person to get there. Isithombe is just a moment.
With regards to your question, I feel like okay, ngiyakuza name. I feel like imali is very essential in a relationship.
Please.
It is very essential in a relationship. You can't tell me ukuthi wena uyaphanda wena kodwa ufuna ukujola nami. I mean, okay, I can ngiyakwazi ukuthi afford yezo. I can do my nails, I can do my lashes, I can do no. But you're a man. Njoba usho na ukuthi njoba kade esho silonto ukuthi you're a man, you ufuna ube provide, ufuna bayini. Obviously, mo uyiphanda angeke ngijole now because I'm expecting, okay, not that I'm expecting you, but I would want you to be able to maintain me and be like, okay, sure, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, I can do that for you. Yeah, boy,
my thing is, we're not going to expect you to do what I can't do for myself. Meet me at my level. I can do my own nails, I can do this, I can do all these things for myself, I can take myself out for dinners, I can go out with my friends for drinks. And then when please come over,
when
if you want this, meet me at my level.
Angeke futhi ukuthi sisiphusa ngisikwena ngicongitheke Jameson or iHennessy. No, I can't do that for myself. I wouldn't want to put you there
in that space.
You know?
We don't have expectations for you to do things that we can't do for ourselves. But if I know I can do things for myself, why would I want to make a unit with someone where it's just like, I know it's not going to be as interesting for me anymore because it's like, I know what the potential I have for myself and things that I'm tolerating, man, in this relationship. It's not about
essential with like my relationship. You guys should know that money is essential in a relationship. Please
don't do it if you don't have money.
How about
yourself?
Because
especially in this age,
in this day and age, you can't do that to yourself.
You're gonna struggle. Personally, you are gonna struggle.
And you're gonna feel like umuntu wakho nje akakuthandi bakhona out there baningi
and thing is the peer pressure, the pulling power into the other people that but also guys, but also there's so much that goes into a relationship that sometimes, you know what, money is important, but at the same time we forget like we forget what's really needed in a relationship. And then sometimes you get to a point whereby, okay, say you need money, and now the money is also not enough. Because now you're so focused on running for the money, you forget the other things.
The other things are just as important.
Like, put them on the same level. Don't forget them just because you're like, I want this bag, I want this materialistic things. Because mesupagati. And then sekukushubela, ikhona imali. Zoenzani? Zoyisula ngo-100 mathiya zakho.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. Also, another one that I read on the Twitters is, do you think social media has a positive or negative impact on relationships? I feel like the other one was, do you think females date for money? Okay, for this one, I think, mina personally, if umuntu hamba nomoya, ophephukaya, someone that's not ongazazi tufunani, then social media is gonna be hard for you. Because then uzothatheka kalula. And it's gonna make it hard to be in a relationship with someone. And I feel like I already answered that. It's the same thing as what we said before. Like,
plastic, like just stick to ukuthi wena ubani ufunani nje uzoba right, you'll be fine.
Also, I don't think constant fighting is normal in relationships. And I don't like the thing where people normalize it because umuntu ufuna ujahe after the fight. And so kumnandi after the fight, the makeup. as the best. And I hate that people, like our culture, most of the time, like people are always like, well, when we make up, it's gonna be so nice. And then you normalize fighting in a relationship where fights get so bad to the point where you're like, hey, this is a bit much. What are you doing here?
Shame.
It also ties back to the fact that men feel very entitled to tolerance and sympathy in a relationship. Thank you. They feel very entitled. They feel very entitled to sympathy and tolerance, and that also stems back from how you grew up and how your parents.
It just all.
It all comes together.
Connect.
And then you feel entitled, and you think females melebebegezele, and that's the thing. People nowadays are not about that chop. She's on komboza every single day. Yabo manje. We know ourselves, we love ourselves. We're not gonna do this for men anymore. We're not gonna stay.
We move. Shame. It's shame.
Also, this whole thing, like, my biggest thing about toxic relationships, I feel like it's so much easier to leave a relationship when someone has cheated on you. You've made it clear, okay, you're not about it, you're not about that commitment, and you're a shitty person. Let's move. But the hardest part is leaving someone that doesn't cheat on you, but is toxic.
I've had that's the hardest, because I was not recently, but I was in a relationship whereby the guy, like, it wasn't serving me anymore, and I wanted to leave, but because of Lento would say, oh no, but he didn't cheat, he didn't do anything wrong, and it was a thing. It was just like, okay, as in, let me just wait for him to do something so that I can leave him, which isn't right. It's not right. It's not right at all. If the relationship is not serving you anymore, like hamba. We are born like mentality in this relationship is not right. It's not taken care of. Emotionally, right, and it's just not serving you as a whole. Oh no, but he's such a good guy. He's never cheated on me. He's never done this. No,
and one thing about men will choose themselves.
Exactly.
Before you leave a situation, you're thinking, what about this? What about this? What about this? When a man makes a decision and wants to leave, he will leave.
He will leave.
He will choose himself.
No questions asked. And with us, it's
such a struggle.
We're such emotional beings. We're just there like, no, and someone I can guess okay, some feelings no, I'm scared of what's also feel like like in and I feel like I'm a females before we reach that stage of what's him. Okay, sis yahamba. Umuntu wesifazane uyaphuma kumuntu wesilisa. Way before aphume, like physically relationship, like uyayicabanga le nto usho ukuthi okay, sure, let me just give it some time,
and you tolerate a lot of events before you wait for the big one,
and you're just there like, no, Yazin, this is it, this is the final straw, this is it. And
you know it's way before time. You wait for that big push that can give you the reason to leave. And you literally reminded me. My biggest thing is I went through this phase where I was like, in 2020, I took a gap year because I knew my mental health wasn't okay. But then I educated myself about mental health so much. I went to Oakland and I was very depressed. And I just stayed home and watched all these pages, mental health, that every time I get into a relationship, I always want to understand where someone's problems stem from. I have this thing of like, oh no, he has daddy issues. No, he went through this. That's why his personality is like this. And I want to make excuses for people in order for me to stay in just toxic things. And one thing females do, we're always trying to make excuses for people's. The action is right there, and you always want to find something deeper and deeper. That's a reasoning towards. Oh, he went through this, and he's this type of person, so I can tolerate this and this and this and this.
Understand.
It all stems back to your parents.
Understand that. Why?
Understand this. Help yourself. Help. Please, females, please choose yourselves. Because men, one thing about men, they will choose themselves.
Any day.
Anyway, I don't want to be biased. What do you think? What's your toxic trait?
I don't know if it's toxic traits, but expectations when it comes to my relationships. I don't talk a lot. I'm not a talkative person. So I expect you to know that I'm not okay. I expect you to this is literally me. I expect you to pick it up when it's okay. I get right, so I must do something about it. I don't talk. Like no man wrong. I'll instead of me telling you, I'll show it to you and be like act a different way. And abantu besilisa usually never pay attention to these things. They don't. I've been Jan. So I feel like I don't know if it's a toxic trait, but no, it's definitely a toxic trait.
I wasn't gonna say that one, but then I definitely get that one. I expect you to pull. And the thing is, one thing about men can't see sign. They don't read body language, they can't read sign. You need to tell them. You need to communicate, and that sucks. Can you pick up your game first
Please.
of all? We don't like talking. I don't like talking when I'm not okay. Like I want you to see it and be attentive and be umuntu that's gonna take action now. What's wrong?
Okay,
and my biggest toxic trait is that when someone says what's wrong, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. You see, no, it's nothing. And you can see one thing about energies don't lie. And you can see there's something
and
wrong.
And never pick it up. Like,
honestly, I'm starting to think unbelievers have this little brain cell that's not functioning in their head. That just doesn't. Sometimes. And you just don't pick up like the barest minimum.
I'm not okay. Asking me, are you fine? No, I'm not right. Okay.
But at the same time, it is a toxic trait because you can't expect someone to pull out.
Yeah.
You need to communicate. And on top of that, I have this thing where I don't believe that I always expect the worst. So sometimes I don't believe when someone tells me certain things, especially a man. Because I'm always leaving space for disappointment.
I can also attest to that. I feel like this is what makes me the person that I am when it comes to relationships. Okay. I have a sister. She's a very loving person. She's all for love. She loves love. Everything. And when it comes to me, I don't care. Like when it's over, I leave. We move. So I don't know. I feel like it's this little thing in a expect the worst.
Literally. And that's a bit toxic because now you go with this headspace of just not being positive and you're releasing negative energies into the relationship. But all in all, yes, we have our toxic traits. Guys, I always want to support men, but at the same time, it just takes me back and I'm just like, no.
I'm a fan of other people. I'm joking, baby. If you're watching this, I love you.
This is just a video. Calm yourself down.
Yes.
But then thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell that friend, your neighbor, your granny, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your cousin's cousin, every single body in the neighborhood to subscribe. See you guys next time.
Like, share, and comment.
Please. If you're not gonna do that.